Well, good morning. We have another rewatch today of our 3v3 from the other night. And I think that we need to look at the map primarily. So it's going to be the primary decider in the game. After the game is over, this is kind of what we decided was, if you look, our side carries much longer trade advantages as opposed to this side. The Barzy, McKean, Alex, and Joel are on this side, where Travis, myself, Jono, and Ethan are over here. So when we look at the maps, there's definitely a sizable difference, which is going to play a big role in the game. So that's kind of big. As we're going in, there's a minute before treaty drop, and I wanted to look at a couple things. First off, our economies. The team on the right has 1,100 dudes on that are active villagers, and they have 55 idle. On the left, there's 900. So they have 200 more than this team does. So their economy is stronger on this side, other than the trade bonus. Also, we only have 18 to their 55, but they still have more for sure. Our military, with a minute left, we're kicking them out, but that's not going to make a difference. Our team spots are, like I said, Travis is right here. I'm right here. Jono's right here, and Ethan's right there. Whereas, let's see here, Alex is right here. This is Barzy with all of those town centers. This is Joel. And, of course, Jake McKean going crazy over here. I will not be staying in cast age just because my computer doesn't tend to... just doesn't handle it really well. It doesn't run smoothly. See here, any other things? If you look here, these are our individual stats. So I'm 55, 60, 61, 5. Travis is 52, 70, 62, 3. Ethan's 48, 43, 42, 7. And Jono's 38, 28, 29, and 12. Whereas Alex is 57, 37. How's the Goths? Alex, you know better than to have too much wood as the Goths. Stop that. I'm sure that'll change. Barzy is 40, 61, 38, 11. Jake is 67, 35, 30, 16. And Joel is 49, 52, 38, and 8. So I think that that's basically our big things. I guess their team, and I do take issue with this, I think that they could have been wiser in their setup. They trade from here to here is their trade. I think that if they had really wanted to maximize, because every inch matters in a game like this, they should be trading from like right here to right here. That's going to be a lot more gold than here to here. But, it's not my team. But if I had been on this map, I'd have been trying to go from here to here or from here to there. I'm gonna push on that other corner is how I would have done it. But I'm not on their team, so that's my observation. Let's see how the fight goes. We're gonna switch over. Boom and boom, boom. So boom. We're going to turn the fog of war off. Man, this is just laggy. Okay, so we're going to start cutting through right here, right at treaty drop. The other team does not have stuff for it. We see that Jake is cutting over here, though. So Jake's getting going. I don't want those. I want these. And Travis, we see, is pretty ready on the other side over there. I don't know what this thing is here for. I don't know what that's about, but this house wall, Austin would have been screaming about. He gets so bad about house walls. And we're in. Boom. And so starts the fight. While Jake is almost through. Let's pull up, but let's see, because Travis is going to get hit the most at the initial breakdown. This fight is pretty. We see Joel's here, we see Barzy's here, we see Alex is here, we see some blue as well coming. I do not like that Alex is sending. Where are they sending troops? They're over here. Okay, well, that's not as bad as I thought it was. But he'll be taking troops from right here, boom, and sending them to over here for like most of the game. And I'm not crazy about it. So Travis has now left because Jake is in and Travis is like, crap, I gotta go. So we see he's turning his troops over here to fight because Jake is in and going. And Jake loves to do this, build towers forward with him. And he's into Alex's trade with the Teutonic Knights. Teutonic Knights are good at a lot of things. I don't think they're good at taking out trade. I think that there are better, as good as you with the House to the Air. I don't know what that does, but hopefully it's good against infantry because he's going to be seeing a lot of them. So Jake's here, or Travis is showing up to turn. Seems that he routed out Jake pretty quickly, actually. I was surprised at how quickly that went. Considering. And then Ethan's. So this is where Ethan was when the game started. I was like, I'm holding down here. Where is Ethan? So meanwhile, we're down in the bottom. Barzy is just going crazy. Barzy and Joel are fighting together, and Alex is kind of supplementing on both sides. So we see Alex is here, Joel is here, Barzy's here. On the other side, they've kind of cleared out this forward building stuff that's going on. Jono is helping out Travis. We're seeing a lot of cavalry. Gotta kill those villagers, man. Those are the things that are killing you. And you gotta love Ethan's use of towers is just money. Meanwhile, we've kind of opened this lower section up even more. And it is just pretty much a stalemate. Just not getting a lot of places. To the north, we see that Jake is building forward again. It's just like, I will just own this little section. It's mine. Which good for him. Not been my forte, so I send over a trebuchet right here to take out some of these guys, which Jake does not like. Jake takes his walls very seriously. We see Ethan's building a town center over there? Interesting. And I think did they flex forward? No, they didn't flex forward. They didn't flex forward. But only like 6 inches. But 6 inches on this thing is like crazy because there's so many troops down there. It's just one giant slam, and no one gets anywhere. Alex is plugging the hole, Barzy's then plunging as best he can. These bomber cannons are huge. And they've cleared out these forward towers, which is big. Ethan's really good at watching things, I wouldn't have thought to put a wall up right there, but that's a good wall to have. Ethan's looking really good this game. which in game I was not noticing at all. I was like, my eyes were right here the whole game. So we see Barzy's like, we gotta get over here. I don't know what, because he like sends these bombard cannons forward, and they essentially do nothing. That's because they weren't getting anywhere up here. Jono is so good at coordinating his plunges and just discussing, I've got help coming, and that was his strong point this game, I think, was not necessarily that, you know, he was playing good, but it was his communication was key of, hey, we need this here, we need that there, do this. So Barzy gets in, let's see what he does with this. He's gonna kill a bunch of Travis's troops, or, well, villagers, but anything to slow down Travis. Obviously you can see that Travis is really hurt. So, have they cut through yet? They're going to cut through up here. No, they haven't done it yet. And they are knocking at the gate down here. Meanwhile, on the other side, Travis is pushed forward over here. They're holding. So, down here, knocking in and taking out these watchtowers. They're basically worthless, but you know, you build what you can. Just need troops at this point. And Ethan's trade is going through the front. Ethan is trading from corner to corner, which, you know, gets you the money, but it's risky. Why are we doing this here? I don't understand that. So at this point, Jake's, you know, digging in. I think one of the things that's hurting Jake is space. You know, he should have, instead of having this house wall here, he could have had a military. I think that would have been big. But, you know, it is what it is. Moving those guys forward. On the bottom side, they've cut through, which means we're going to see some plunging going on. And we move forward. I'm doing a plunge just to the back, and my guys just die. Getting nowhere. But they've just got a ton of these towers just all over, lots of towers. Hashtag tower defense, what? And Barzy comes in, followed by Joel. Joel and Barzy just move into the back of Travis's forward operating stuff. And John turns. I'm sending troops. I'm trying to stop these bombard cannons as much as they can. And see here, we've got Alex over here. Meanwhile, this middle's kind of opened up because of that. You know, there's a little Barzy going on. And John is over here. There's a lot of just moving parts going on. So they open up. Alex gets actually in. Alex is in. Boom. And you can see we're like, we have to wall this off right now. So we're sending troops as fast as we can to stop that. Meanwhile, on the other side, I don't know what is going on here with these troops that are just chilling here. You know, we just cut through. You want to get as many troops in as you possibly can. That hasn't happened yet, and we see that Jake is flexing. John was there, trying to just stop the bleeding on this bottom side. Barzy's just pushing forward. Just this line of troops. They never had the perfect mix, and I think a big part of that was gold was an issue for them the whole game. So now we're walling this off finally, forever. this off too. And Joel pushes forward. Joel's like, no, we're taking this. Travis is flagging. I don't know what Travis is flagging. I think we're talking about rolling off. Dude, we gotta get this ball. And Joel's just going crazy. So many troops. So Barzy's just doing the paladin thing of just pushing through. You know, that's paladin. If you want something to just knock through things, paladins are your answer. It's a great type. Get stopped there. You see a lot of bombarding cannons over here. Java's pushing forward over here. And maybe just a wall of anti-cavalry. Meanwhile, all of these guys are coming forward. Let's see if Barzy's able to flex it. So now we've kind of got a V going up here, going down. I'm kind of going down the top. Ethan's going up the bottom, and Jono's kind of everywhere. Jono goes down this one, he goes down that one. When we look up the top, he's up here. By the way, if you don't have the extra gore mod, it's just a great time. Definitely recommend it. I love the blood spots. You kind of see where the fight's been happening. At this point, these are Travis into the Baltimore Towers. And we pushed forward. And now we're seeing Genitors, which I think are actually probably a good unit. I don't use them enough, but it seems like they be anti-trash animals. I just play this game. And here goes Jono. Alex felt like going Goss. Immediately regretted that decision. These extra range castles are so hard to get to. If you can keep troops in front of them, they'll just eat units forever. Now we're going up here. Barzy's got, or not Barzy, McKean's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 castles, probably all of them. Let's see what's going on with Jake McKean. Boom. 56-38. Holy cow, Jake, what's going on with your fruit, man? But I guess you're not spending it, so it's fine. But I don't understand this. He's sitting on a lot of resources. I guess Gold's his issue. He's got those dudes coming. Okay. Just a matter of playing catch up. In the middle, things are still it's just one giant stalemate of how do we figure out the route to beat these guys. That's a lot of dudes. Travis is trying to get some trebs up, and anytime he does, Jake's like, killed him. That's getting flagged over here. At one point, I did get into their trade, but only briefly. I don't think it did significant damage. Barzy comes over here, kills the trebs. Jono pushes forward. And we're starting to do a trap game over here where I'm trying to just take out the attacks. Starting to see a little bit of that. John micros his units a lot more than I would expect. It's interesting to watch. He'll back off and he'll go forward. It's like you move this as a unit. Kill the siege. Going crazy. John's showing up with some trends. 10 reps. Just take out castles. See what happens. Are you gonna get him? You're gonna get that castle. You got that castle. I almost wonder if you had Alex units pouring out of right here instead of having to travel all the way across the map. Because I think that was one of the an issue that I don't like is all of these units having to travel so far to get where they need to be. I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud, like what would I want to see different? Because the team on the right really plays an amazing game. It's just like little things seem to get in the way. Along with these towers. They seem to kind of be defying evil lines at this point. Which makes sense, towers do that. It's like they're crazy tough and they kill anything that gets near them. Now John is trying to get in. Looks like Jake is walling off. Feeling the pressure. And everyone is pushing. Brought forward trebs to try and take out these towers. The best thing you can do against towers is trebs. Just eating up all this cavalry. Looks like Joel and Barzi are showing up to help stop the bleeding. Travis built a forward castle. So Travis is feeling good at this point. Travis destroys the castle back here. Wow. That's crazy. So they've owned this side now. I was piss poor on our part to not push down this line. You're gonna own it. And let's say he might build up and take it again. But we see Joel and Alex are over here. Meanwhile, up the middle, Barzi's going crazy. Loves his paladins. They're kind of his hot knife unit that are gonna get eaten up over here. I think this might be that plunge. Oh, I missed it, dang it. So they cut through. Barzi plunges units. You can see he's got units back in here. And he's got more units in here. So Barzi's plunged. Boom, boom. But we get him out. And we're able to stop this bleeding we build right here. Just like fill that effing hole right now, and we've got a castle here to kind of watch that. On the other side, Alex is just throwing units. We see Jake's building trebs to take out these towers, and it looks like we've cleared out Barzy from the fray. There we go, there's a lot of dudes right here. I don't know what this is all about. Wants to funnel him more? Must, because that's what he's doing. Meanwhile, down here, Ethan's walled this off. He doesn't want Jake, or not Jake, he doesn't want Barzy flinching anymore. And he's put him in a gamer here. Interesting move. Meanwhile, Alex is going up and around. Seeing a lot of Alex. And I've pushed up over here and into this forward death zone. There's just a lot of trade going on. We're trying to delete space and make room, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely be putting a trade like right here. The fight moves forward. Joel's recovering. Travis is just slinging troops. Up in the middle, we're just kind of going. Just a gridlock standoff. Holy bombard cannons. Look at these. It's insane. It's expensive. Now these walls are protected by castle. Not back in here, that's not protected. But that is what it is. We're gonna take this castle out. Jake definitely carried the most pressure, it felt like, in that game. So John was protecting my trebs, and we're just moving them forward and taking out buildings. At pretty much any cost, we're like, let's get these trebs going. We need to open this up. So next we're gonna hit this gate. And they are pushing on Travis, but Travis is still alive. The gate's gonna fall, but I am gonna lose the trebs. The gate is down. And we see Alex and Joel are just like, we have to stop this right now. And you see I'm just plunging troops back. And we get in there. Oh, someone did do some trade over here. I didn't catch that. Way to go, Jake. I'm proud of you for doing that. Now, obviously my plunge went really deep. Like, we have just so much Joel right here now. Joel the cook, and all my troops are just dying. And they're putting up another gate right now. So. Going crazy. Travis has held. And I'm going in. I get into Joel a little bit. Sending as many troops as we can. There's just too much traffic. You can't build this because there's just so many units there. Meanwhile, are my units out? Yeah, my units are gone. They've pushed Travis back. You know, at one point Travis owned to here, and now he's moved back to here. On the other side, John is fighting, we're fighting. Just trying to throw troops anywhere we can. Gotta sling them. And John was just having his way up here. Bringing a bunch of trebs over. This is probably the game ender, I believe. We're gonna see. Unless these ones die. They might just die. Castle 1. Gone. Boom. So... that was big. His gold, because stone is expensive now. John is swinging. Yeah, I don't know if this is the actual game ender. Yeah, it's not. But we've kind of figured out the formula of get a bunch of trebs, kick them forward, own the area. What's going on over here, Alex? I mean, he might be talking about trying to cut through over here. I don't know why you'd want to open up another front right now. Where you should cut through is right here. Boom. But Ethan is very much ready for it. Double walled. Oh my god, he's double walled. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Good job, Ethan. Boom. So we go back, we kind of push them forward. Again, Alex is slinging guys as best he can to help support. And Jono's moving forward, and we're bringing trebs over. 6 of them. I'm going to take out this forward castle for cut. Boom. Meanwhile, we're just sending troops up to hold. That castle's gone. There's one hole. Gotta get hole number 2. They're trying to stop these trebs as best they can. And Jake is starting to lose pop space. And we've pop capped him. And Travis is taking his bomber cannons to punch a hole in the wall. Jake's thinking about walling off. The Trev survived. Surprised. And John's trying to get in, and Jake just gives up the ghost. As does Barzy. And that's the game, guys. Wow, what a rematch. Things got crazy. Things got real. Space was the limiting factor for this team. It wasn't. I think with even maps, this game probably goes to the other team, probably goes to the team that lost. But I'll take a win because I thought we played pretty good. The team on the right really rallied and worked as a unit, so that was cool to watch as well. When we look at stats, let's see here. Ethan had the best military, followed by Jake, and then Barzy. Crazy game. So funny that Jono has the low military score, but Jono was super key in this win. Just crazy game. Let's see here. Jake lost the most buildings, followed by, Travis lost the most buildings. Way to go, Travis. A lot of towers, I think. And I guess some houses as well. Ethan with the most killed. That KD is pretty good. Jake's KD is not bad. He's at a 2-to-1. It's actually better than Ethan's. Ethan killed more, but Jake's KD is very good. When we look at economies, look at the trade profit differences between me and Travis, and Jono was their best player was barely ahead of our lowest. Is Ethan lower? Oh, Ethan's actually lower, but you get the point. And they were trading. They were sending food everywhere for everyone. So it makes sense when you're that hungry. That's what you're doing. Let's see here. Our castle ages. No sub 15s this game. Jake, did you beat? No, Travis beat Jake this game, but it was close. And then Jake had the fastest Imperial, which is always good to see. Society, Travis with the most relics. I don't think anyone on our team went for relics. Oh, I guess Ethan did as well, but I know I didn't. And there's our timeline, guys. GG. Until next time. Campfire made. Oh,